So, wonderful. Better. Are you able to work? You want to work?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Вам переводить надо?
Yes. Что-то вы понимаете, что
You speak English?
a little.
Aha.
Very good.
Very good. So, anyway, time will help me, so no problem. You know what is Commedia dell'arte? Have you never?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So, what is for you Commedia dell'arte? Which is what idea you have of Commedia dell'arte?
Рассказывайте, что такое.
Comedy of characters.
Yeah, characters.
Characters is
Must.
Charles characters is very острый, hard. Нет.
Sharp.
Sharp.
Yeah, special types of characters. And you know that there are also characters without
И
mask.
они односторонние.
And they show only one side of the person. Each character shows one side.
We know a little bit about Dottore, about Arlecchino, Pulcinella. It's comedy, yes.
Okay, wonderful. But you know that this kind of theater, it's an exportation theater. It's a theater to export, to be exported. You know what I mean?
Ну, наверное, в прямом смысле.
I mean, it's a theater to work with a lot of audiences. So, the most important thing, sorry.
То есть это театр, который рассчитан на то, чтобы он был показан перед разными аудиториями, да? Театр на экспорт.
So the most important thing is that this theater was done by professionals. They were professionals. And it was the first time in the history of Western theater, also in the theater, that the professionals arrived with women too on the stage. You know it? It's the first time.
Переходим? Нормально. Так, давайте перейдем, да, что в первый раз в истории профессионального театра играли профессионалы и на сцене появились женщины.
So, what is important is that there is an evolution of this theater, if you want, a big evolution.
Произошло достаточно большое развитие этого театра.
And Commedia dell'arte is not. This is a copy of the copy of the copy of the copy. So nothing is there. It's very superficial. No, it's strong. And the first important thing to understand doing this kind of theater is that it's theater also for today.
То есть этот вид театра гораздо выше, чем то, что сейчас было показано, да, и самое главное, что это театр, который сегодня тоже для нас актуален.
The base, you are students or you are finishing the school?
Well, students.
You are students. So you are third year, fourth year? Second. So you have 2 years more, fourth.
Yes.
Well, so you will be professionals.
Second.
Aha, okay, well, anyway, you will be professional. Okay, no? I hope. So, the first thing being professional is that I have to eat every day.
Понимаете, да, что надо питаться каждый день.
So it's so important to have this idea there. I have to eat.
Я должен поглощать, я должен есть.
My friends of the company have to eat.
Мои друзья по группе тоже должны.
And you know what's the meaning of company? The word company.
Что такое труппа?
Да?
Что такое труппа?
Company.
Да, вопрос был такой.
The word compagnia, the troupe, were called compagnia. Also in French, in Spanish, we call company, or English too, company.
То есть у них это ближе к слову холдинг компания, а у нас это другого относится.
You know what is the origin of the word?
Знаете, какое происхождение этого слова? Компания.
Maybe province is Italy? No?
So perhaps it is the name of the province in Italy.
No.
Company.
No, Campania is the region of Naples. No. No. Come from the Latin cum panis. We have the pane is the bread. With bread means cum panis, compagnia.
В этом слове компания, оно получилось из соединения двух латинских корней. Кум это для и пани хлеб.
So, to share the bread together. So we are a company, we work together, and at the end of the day, we divide the earn of the money that we earn each day of our work. So this is very, very, very important. It's a really big basis if you want. So there were professionals in the middle of the 16th century.
И на самом деле это очень достаточно важная такая основа, да, существования труппы, и уже в 16 веке они были профессионалами.
And we have a lot of documents that says, for example, that one company was done in 1545. In 1545.
Есть данные о том, что одна труппа работала в 1545 году.
If you understand, I continue. Otherwise, I ask Tanya. Tell me. You understand? Okay. And in this company, there is a contract. And in this contract, they say they have to divide the money. They put the money in a big box, like that one, in the entrance, in the box.
Да, пока раз было записано, что они складывают общий доход в большую коробку, которую делят потом.
They say that in the box they will put the costumes, the masks, the objects they need for the tour, and also, okay? And also they can buy a donkey or a horse. It's written.
То есть им всем вместе принадлежало не только костюмы и маски, но еще нужно было купить освоение.
Because they had to travel from one town to another town. So it begins as a theater moving. And at the same time, they began, at the end of the contract is written that they have not to play for money. Games. They have not to gamble with money. They can play only for food. You know? Because maybe the year before they played for money and they lost everything.
То есть, видимо, были случаи в истории, когда они проигрывали в азартные игры, весь доход компании, поэтому можно было играть на азартные игры на еду, но не на деньги.
The chief of this company, some documents say that he was killed in 1561 in Rome, just out of a restaurant.
Out of what?
A restaurant.
Да, глава начальник этой группы, да, он был убит где-то на входе в ресторан в 1561 году.
But in Rome.
Ну, в Риме.
So the contract was written in Padua. It's in the north. So this company was moving wherever. And we have another contract in 1567, very interesting.
От 1567 года тоже сохранился интересный контракт.
We other actors, they say they have to dance, to sing, and to move on the stage.
Где актерам указывается, что они должны танцевать, петь и двигаться на сцене.
So they were actors able to do everything.
Они могли делать все.
Like the students of the MCAT yesterday night, you see the performance? Yesterday night.
Вы смотрели, вы были вчера на открытии?
So they were able to sing, to dance, to play. This is our work. We have to do this. So Commedia dell'arte is all.
И профессия актера, она как раз в этом заключается, потому что мы должны, как профессионалы, уметь делать все. И комедия dell'arte в этом тоже заключается.
And the word Commedia dell'arte doesn't mean art. In the sense, art. No.
И словосочетание вот это слово арт, оно не обозначает искусство в каком-то высоком смысле этого слова.
Means arte in the Middle Age in Italy and also in France. Arte was sindicato, is the syndicate, is the union, was the union. Okay, so union of a lot of works, arte.
То есть он говорит, что в средневековье в итальянском языке слово арте, оно не обозначало искусство, а обозначало соединение, да, такое.
So the word commedia dell'arte is only done in 18th century, was done, put in 18th century.
То есть само комедия дель арте это в 18 веке было зарегистрировано название.
But anyway, it means commedia of professionals, comedy of professionals.
Раньше это была комедия профессионалов.
Before it was called commedia degli Zanni. Zanni is a character for the show. And so and so and so. So anyway, this is very, very important. They were professional. So they traveled from one town to another, and at the beginning they traveled in Italy only. And then they began to travel outside of Italy. In France, Spain, in Germany. Germany was not, didn't exist, but anyway, that area. And they arrived in Russia in the 18th century, for example. So, and they had they enter in the story of the theater of each country, each place. So, for example, there are a lot of characters in the, I don't know, German theater, for example, is Hans Bürst. Hans come from Gianni, Johann, Hans in German. Wurst is the sausage. Sausage. And in Italian it was Zan, salsiccia. It was the same. Gianni, sausage. So this same character arrived, for example, in Germany, in France, and they have the same name. Some characters like Policinella in French come from Policinella. So here in Russia, you have a character, for example, Petrushka. Come from Pedrolino. Pedrolino is a second Zanni, is a character of the Commedia. So, but it was developed in Russia with the Russian actors and Russian actresses. So, what I mean is that, for example, in France, the same character of Pedrolino became Pierrot. So the brother of Petrushka is Pierrot. But they came from there. So these Italian actors went all around Europe. And they played all around Europe. So they changed the way to play theater. It's for sure that some actors of Shakespeare saw the Italian actors. For example, one comic actor of Shakespeare, Will Kemp, was an actor. Okay? Will Kemp saw absolutely the Italian actors. And maybe also in some parts of Shakespeare you can find something played at the way of the Italians. So they were absolutely moving and influenced all the theater. The theater of the Siglo de Oro in Spain, Lope de Vega, Lope de Rueda, so and so and so, they were influenced by this content. So we have not Italian authors, playwrights, because they didn't write the performances. They had only a plot called canvaccio, a plot with some entrance. I enter, I do, and let's go away. Enter,
Все нормально переводить?
Да.
Да, нормально.
Okay?
Смотрю, лицо уже замучилось.
It's okay?
Я помогу.
Because all the actors had their own work, their own book, if you want, and you play this character all your life. So imagine that you are the name. Daniel. Daniel is Pantalone. And you?
Настя.
Nastia.
Yes.
So Nastushka is Smeralda.
Okay.
For example.
Cool.
Or Alekina, I don't know, maybe, but say Smeralda. Okay? And so you have all your life, you play this character. So everything you can find, books, images, songs, stories. You go in the country and someone tells you a story. And this story is a part of your book. You put into, like if you have a diary, you write everything about your character. So this material you will put on the stage.
Понятно.
Okay?
Да.
So that's why if tomorrow Daniel leave our company, it's a main problem, it's a big problem. Because it's not only that Daniel is a good actor and he's going away. The problem is that he keeps all the material of that play. So we need another Pantalone, and this Pantalone will arrive with his own book. And the performance will change. So sometimes we could have 200 performances in the repertoire. You understand?
Что у каждого персонажа, который вы поняли, что каждый актер играет всю жизнь одного персонажа, да? И поэтому вот вас наградили уже, да, персонажа? Да. И играя всю жизнь одного и того же персонажа, вы работаете над тем, что выбираете материал, который у вас там хранится в какой-то книжке, да? И если вы уходите, например, из одной труппы в другую, то, собственно, меняется репертуар, потому что внутри образа все равно на ваше внутри, на ваш жизненный опыт, накладывается то, что вы играете. И из-за этого мы имеем огромное количество разнообразных сюжетов, потому что они основаны на личном опыте каждого актера.
So each actor was the owner of his or her repertoire. That's why it's an art of the actors. It's not the art of the playwright. Okay?
Понимаете, что из-за этого, из-за того, что каждый артист накапливает свой опыт, комедия Дель Арте – это искусство профессионалов, артистов, а не драматургов.
And the Commedia dell'arte died, falling down, when some authors wrote some plays of commedia.
Да, когда начали писать комедии, комедия Дель Арте пришла в упадок.
We had a lot of text of Commedia dell'arte, a lot of text, but there are part of imaging, part of text that we can put in a different way into a plot.
То есть сохранившийся текст, да, мы из них можем компоновать уже сюжет.
But this is something that a lot of playwrights did at the time too. Shakespeare, for example, the same scene of Emilia in Othello. There is a monologue of Emilia. You know Emilia? Is the wife Othello. There's a monologue of Emilia that is the same monologue of another play of the Falstaff. It's the same monologue, copy and paste.
То есть монолог Фабио это как монолог Фальстаф, да, там Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V.
So they use sometimes the same material and put there and there and there. For example, always in Shakespeare, there is a Much Ado About Nothing. And it's very funny. I directed this play, so for me it was a problem, a big problem, because I said, what? All the part of Dogberry, maybe you know, Dogberry is the character of the chief of the people of the town. It's completely crazy.
Персонаж, который является головой населения города.
And when I was studying the play to direct it, I said, why? What? There's nothing to say in this play, this character.
То есть как режиссер Фабио испытывал сложности, потому что он читал этот текст и говорил, ну как вообще тут можно что-то сказать в этой
It's completely nothing. And then I thought, this actor was Will Kemp. The actor who played this character was Will Kemp. the actor I told you that met Italians in the time.
То есть это актер, который играл вот этого персонажа, это был Лекция, актер, о котором мы говорили, который встречал итальянцев, который видел итальянцев во времена Шекспира.
So we can add his own repertory, comic repertory.
А у Лекция был собственный комический репертуар.
And it's for sure that he went to William Shakespeare and said, Bill, friend.
Да, я абсолютно точно, что он подошел к Шекспиру и сказал: слушай, Билл.
So, Bill, what are you writing? He says, oh, much ado but nothing. Oh, interesting. And for me there is a part, and not for you there is nothing. Why nothing? I have something. Put it there. So, this is surely what happened. And it's surely what happened also in the Commedia dell'arte. So, I mean, Anello Pantalone, you are in the company, but you are...
Sofia.
Silvia.
Sofia.
Sofia writes, she comes from... where do you come from?
Хабаровск, yes?
Where?
Хабаровск, northwest.
Aha, Tabat, okay. She's
Хабаровск.
Tabat. So she's a new actress. Welcome to Sofia in the company.
Поприветствуем, новая актриса в нашей труппе.
And so she's welcome. She is a new entry. Fantastic. So she comes with her own repertory.
Она приехала со своим репертуаром, просто фантастика.
And we take a part of our performance for Sofia. So Sofia will enter in our performance.
Так мы вставляем в Софию в наш спектакль.
Да.
So to understand that this was a dramaturgy that could be changed also. It depended on the actors we had.
То есть репертуар зависел от актеров, которые у нас есть.
Of course there is a poetry, because Sofia is a poetess.
Как поэтесса, да? Поэзия теперь у нас тоже будет в репертуаре.
So the entrance of Sofia is very important for our company. Because Sofia gives something more to the company. And to the, so now with Sofia we can also play in Moscow. Normally we have never been in Moscow. You know, this is very important, I mean, very clear. So we have to imagine all these masks, all these characters that we will see now in this context. Okay.
Да, то есть теперь мы должны представлять себе все эти маски именно в таком контексте, как он написал Фабио.
So, actors who played wherever in Europe, they changed the taste of the audience. They were accepted by the audience and by the courts.
Актеры, которые играли по всей Европе, которые изменили вкусы публики, которых принимали в номерах.
They played with the courts because the courts could give money.
Потому что нам платили при дворе.
Today, it happens the same with the subvention of the state.
Ну да, сейчас то же самое, только теперь у нас поддержка государства, это называется.
I'm accompanied subvention by the state, or by the country, or by the town. So I receive money from the state, the town, the country, and it's the same. It's the same on the court.
Да, то есть сейчас мы получаем от региона, да, от города, от страны деньги, это то же самое, что от двора мы получали деньги раньше.
So they were wherever in Europe. They changed the theatre of the people in Europe. They helped to develop the theatre in Europe, and they had all the time the same characters that evolved all the characters.
И с одной стороны мы были одни и те же персонажи, которые обменяли, помогали развиваться театру Европы, но с другой стороны эти персонажи постоянно эволюционировали.
When the Commedia died, if you want, died. It died with Carlo Goldoni, maybe you know.
На Карло Гондони скончалась комедия Дель Арте.
Because Goldoni wanted to write. And he also wanted to change the Commedia into a bourgeois theatre.
Он хотел сделать из нее буржуазный театр.
So changing to the taste of his time.
Подтянуть ее под вкусы его времени.
But for example, there's a play, is The Servant of Two Masters. Maybe you know it. Truffaldino, Smeraldina, and so and so. This play was not written at the beginning.
Да, сначала не было записано, эта пьеса.
It was a plot, a canevas.
Сюжет.
You know the story.
Мгм.
Yeah?
Да.
And then he gave to the company. And after 2 years, he saw the performance and he wrote what the company did.
Да, 2 года она играла без фактической записи, да, только потом ее записали.
It's like Kirill. Take video of the play and then you will write what you are doing. Okay.
Да, так у нас в институте поступают. Да, Кирилл записывает все, что видит, и потом...
Новая история получается.
It's very, very interesting to read. If you want to read, try to read again the Servant of Two Masters.
Перечитайте заново, уже зная то, что вы знаете сейчас.
Because all the scenes are done by the actors, and it's possible to. It's very clear.
Да, из-за того, что все сцены были фактически разработаны актерами, да, а не драматургом, это становится абсолютно ясно, как это игралось.
If you read, the text is very boring.
Текст скучный.
If you read the text up,
Если на ногах его читать,
it's a clock. It's impossible to do something else. It's there. All the games are there. So this is very interesting. Something else that you can to understand reading what was Commedia dell'arte. They are the first plays of Molière. The short plays of Molière.
первая пьеса, да, короткие пьесы Мольера.
Le médecin volant, the flying doctor. Flying doctor.
Летающий доктор.
For example, Sganarelle or Coq Imaginaire. They are all the youngest play of Molière, because they were coming from canevas of the Italians.
Они тоже дают по сюжету итальянцев.
So very smart, in a very quick rhythm, in order to take the attention all the time of the audience.
Очень остроумная, очень высоком ритме, да, потому что мы не должны терять внимание зрителя.
We had also sometimes long monologues in comedy.
Такого длинной мелодии в комедии.
Or for example, scenes of the lovers.
Или, например, сцены влюбленных.
Very poetical. But very boring. That's why they invented the word lazzo. Maybe you have heard this word, lazzo.
Поэтому было придумано слово «лацо».
Lazzo means again.
Again.
Again. And the word lazzo comes from the word laccio, that in Italian is this one, the string.
Слово «лацо», да, идет от слова «веревочка».
To tie two things.
Связать.
So that when something is boring, enter someone to do something smart, and the rhythm take again.
Чтобы не проседал.
So it's something that is absolutely normal. Yesterday, for example, in the play of the boys and the girls of the cat, there was a scene quite not boring, but quiet, with the girl with the small head and then soon again they change. So this is important for the rhythm of the play.
Видите, да, что эти приемы комедии Дель мы до сих пор видим, только мы не всегда понимаем, что это оно.
So, and then I will show you how it will work. Imagine also that everything is into the commedia. So we have the boring part. I mean boring. The poetry, the melodramatic part. For example, the lovers.
То есть мы должны понимать, что все является частью этой комедии, да, и даже то, что не скучно, а он драматичный, да, или возвышен.
We have the grotesque part, much the hair with the mask, and also Smeraldina, the character of the woman, is in this way. And then we have also the word of the tragedy. It's also there. It exists. So.
И трагедия там тоже присутствует.
So tragedy, melodrama,
Okay.
and grotesque, all together. So when you see someone doing Commedia dell'arte, Net. It's much more complex. And it's it's theater. So it's not superficial, it's theater. So this is very important. When the Commedia dell'arte was born again, if you want, again after the Second World War, in Milano, with Strehler, the Piccolo of Milano, with the servant of two masters. So the Commedia dell'arte died in the middle of the 18th century, and it would come back again in the middle of the 20th century.
Итак, после середины 18 века, да, она возродилась как раз после Второй мировой войны. Милан, Стреллер, малый театр Милана.
And was very, very important because everybody now thinks, this is the Commedia dell'arte. No, this is not the Commedia dell'arte. It's the idea of Strehler about the Commedia dell'arte of 18th century, because he was working on the 18th century. Okay? And in the same time, it was a theater of repertory. Strehler wanted, Giorgio Strehler, the director, wanted a play for the repertory of the company. So in this company they played Brecht, Pirandello, and so, and they wanted a play of that time. And he had wonderful actors and actresses in this company.
На самом деле очень важная идея, да, что это не та все-таки комедия Дель Арте. Все-таки мы имеем идею представления Стреллера о том, как оно, наверное, там было в 18 веке, да, и плюс ко всему это же еще и часть репертуарного театра, где помимо него был еще и Брехт, прекрасные актеры, конечно, играли.
These wonderful actors, they are very, very, very good actors. So creativity and craziness, wonderful. And for example, one of them, Arlecchino, the actor who did Arlecchino, his name was Marcello Moretti. And Marcello Moretti, this is the mask that was done for him. This is the mask, this is a copy of the mask, of course. This is mine. But this mask was done for Marcello Moretti. He didn't want to play with the mask. He didn't want to play. He put black on the face because he wanted to see. With the mask you don't see. So Kirill knew this person, Donato Sartori, who went here 13 years ago. I was with him, with Donato Sartori, now he's dead. And Donato Sartori was the son of the sculptor who did these masks. And Donato, he was 13 years old when, with his father, went from Padua to Milano to give the mask to the Piccolo of Milano. Okay? And
just a second, we need a little bit translation. Could you repeat me the names, please?
Donato Sartori and his father Amleto.
Donato Sartori – это тот человек, который приезжал к нам в город 13 лет назад вместе с Фабио, к сожалению, сейчас его уже нет, но он был сыном человека, который сделал вот эти вот маски, да, и ему было 13 лет, когда его отец путешествовал из Падуи для того, чтобы отдать вот эти маски актеру, для которого они предназначались.
And Donato, he was 13 years old. He went with his father by car to Milano with the bag with all the masks. Okay? And the mask of Arlecchino, this one, was with the eyes like this, closed. This part was closed. Okay? Yeah, this was closed. It was full of leather. It was not like this. The eyes were like this. Okay? So Donato said me that when they arrived in the Piccolo of Milano, in the theater, they put the mask on the table like this, and all the actors. And Marcello Moretti was a strong character, small but very strong. He took the mask. He didn't want to play with the mask. He took the mask and he went in the dressing room, okay? And with a cutter, with a knife, he cut And then it was a big trouble between Amleto and Marcello Moretti. What do we do? And Strehler was in the middle, dividing them. So Donato told me he was 13 years old, he was a kid, and he was seeing his father defending the mask, because it was his work. And the actor, cut his work. If I did it with Donato, it will kill me. No, I don't do this. I said, maybe it's better to, but I don't do this. So, just to tell you that these people didn't know anything about the Commedia dell'arte. And why the Arlecchino of the Piccolo, now with Soleri, with Enrico Bonavera, they copied Marcello Moretti. They copied Marcello. But Marcello Moretti, at the beginning, moved in this way because he wanted to see. So his Arlecchino was because he wanted to see. An actor who wants to see. You understand? So also the character began from this necessity to see. So he cut in order to see better. Okay. So.
Понятно?
Да? Okay. So, this is, for me, it's very important to tell you this, not only because it's an anecdote, it's a story.
Это, конечно, да, звучит как анекдот, но это же история.
It's a real story.
Cool.
But also because this story means that there is an evolution. And there is also the way of the actors to be appropriate of their own work.
То есть эта история, да, она учит еще тому, что, во-первых, театр, он эволюционируется, он развивается, да, и во-вторых, что актеры тоже должны развивать свое мастерство, чтобы работать внутри коллектива.
Another anecdote, then I show you something more, and I show there is if you see Pulcinella, if you go in Napoli, maybe you have seen that there is a white costume, and down there is a red, something red. Yeah? So it's not traditional. It is that at the end of the last century, at the end of the 19th century, there was an actor called Petito, his name, that he was all the time. So, and he was very, how can I say that? Don't pass under the stairs. Yeah, superstitious. Superstition? So, and superstition. And he thought that to be dressed in red was the chance. That's why he used all the time a pool, red, under the costume. From that moment, Pulcinella has this kind of, you know? So maybe your company will change some tradition in something else. And maybe in 50 years, in Yaroslav, you come from Yaroslav?
From Saratov.
Saratov, okay. So in your town, maybe the tradition with other actors and actresses with the same costume. I don't know, maybe. Okay. So this is important. It's not something stopped. Absolutely not stopped. It's completely an evolution. So, before to work with the mask of Commedia, I suggest you to work, I don't know which time is it, but we have to work a lot. We have until 8:30.
I think you've got 2 hours.
Okay, we can continue, we have to go somewhere.
No, we don't have any plans.
We can work.
Yes.
Yes.
And I suggest you to learn first to work with another mask that is not of Commedia at all. This is the mask, it's called the neutral mask. It was done by Sartori on the head of Lecoq. Maybe you know Jacques Lecoq? No problem. Anyway, the fact is that This mask we have the male and we have the female too.
Oh.
Okay? The female is stronger than the male.
Более выразительно.
Because if you know the Sartori family, you understand why. Anyway, the fact is that I suggested to work with this mask because first we have to know how to avoid anything. How anything that we do is important for the audience.
Мы должны понимать, что все, что мы делаем, чрезвычайно важно для наших зрителей.
So now I do only an exercise. It's a classic exercise. We don't work. We can work days and days on that, but only one exercise. And I suggest that you can do, one or two of you can do the same exercise. Okay? So now I.
Сейчас покажу одно упражнение классическое, а потом предлагаю, что кто-то из вас тоже будет.
So okay, don't put something on there. No time. No, I will put later.
Обычно, что он что-то еще надо.
Something on there to cover the hair to be neutral. This neutral mask, I don't tell you all the story because it's very large, but anyway, it was a fruit of a mistake, a big mistake, because the idea was from the mask of No. You know the No theater in Japan?
Понимаете, даже эта маска была плодом ошибки. Изначально идея была в театре Но. Вы знаете, что это
Japan.
Да.
Okay?
Но.
So in the No theater, and in the 1920 arrived in France a priest who translated a lot of text of No in French. And Jacques Copeau, who was a French director, thought that it was a very spiritual theater. It was at all, no. But it was because it was translated by a priest, so I thought.
В 20-е годы 19 века, когда французский священник переводил большое количество текстов театра на французский язык, и режиссер решил, что это очень духовный, докторинный театр, но на самом деле это не так, а эта ошибка появилась из-за того, что священник переводил текст.
In the theater there are some masks, they use masks, and one of them is the mask of the Comote, is the mask of the young girl. So he thought it was trying to find, Jacques Copeau was trying to find the idea of the sacred mask.
И актер Жак Копо пытался найти вот эту идею, эту мысль священной маски, да, и одна из масок в театре Но это маска юной девушки.
So he's finding this sacred mask. No sculptor to do the sacred mask. When the company of Jacques Copeau was destroyed, the daughter, and the husband of the daughter went in Bourgogne and then went in Grenoble, in the center of, in the south of France.
После того, как группа Жана Копо распалась, да, его дочь и ее муж, они уехали в Гренобль.
During the war. And one young actor was with them.
И вместе с ним был один юный актер.
This young actor was Jacques Lecoq. And in the same time, just after, so Jacques Lecoq heard all the time, the sacred mask, we want to find this sacred mask. In the same time, in the north of Italy, in Padua, there was one young director who began to work in the University Theatre, and the place of the University Theatre was just in front of the Institute of Art in Padua.
И в это же время в Италии, в Падуе, работал молодой режиссер, и он работал в таком универсальном театре. And where was his performance?
In Padua.
In Padua.
Padua is near Venezia. And in that time, all the teachers of the Institute of Art were sculptors, and they had their own workshop into the institute.
И его пьесы были показаны в Институте искусств, и среди обучающихся были скульпторы, и у них были собственные мастерские.
Just nearby the institute, and just nearby the place of the theater, university theater, there is a bar also today.
Там еще рядом есть бар.
And they met then, the professors and the people of the theater.
Ага, и профессора, и люди театра там.
So what do? I live in theater. Oh, interesting. And you, I'm a sculptor. Ah, what we can do together? That's how Gianfranco De Bosio, the director of the company of the theater, of the University of Theater, met Amleto Sartori.
Таким образом, да, они познакомились с Сартори и режиссер. Слушай, тоже как зовут.
What we can do together? Oh, masks, for example. Ah, interesting, yes. So they began to work on masks of tragedy, Sophocles, and so and so. Then the boy, the Gianfranco De Bosio, the young director, went in France to study 3 months. And there he met young people at the time, Maurice Béjart, Marcel Marceau, and Jacques Lecoq. And he asked to the three to come in Italy to work with the company of the institute, of the university. No one could, only Lecoq. Lecoq went in Italy and he said to the sculptor, I know that some people were searching for a sacred mask. What we can do together? And Amleto Sartori did this. So this is the story of this mask. Okay?
Yeah.
At the beginning was in papier-mâché, and then Donato, the son, the man who was here 13 years ago, did it in leather and invented later the other one for the female character. So it's very important. It's not a mask for theatre, it's a mask to study theatre, if you want. So it's a mask of the clown.
То есть вначале вот это, то есть вы поняли, да, вы слышали вот эту историю, как вы познакомились со скульптором, да, и изначально эта маска была выполнена из папье-мâché, но потом Доната придумал, как выполнить ее из кожи, и потом он же придумал и женского персонажа. И это маска не для того, чтобы играть в театре, но для того, чтобы учиться.
So this mask is a mask of the clown. At the same time, is a mask when everything is important. So every sign we do, every movement we do, every breath we do, for the audience had a signification, had a signification.
С одной стороны, она такая спокойная, нейтральная, да, с другой стороны, настраивает нас на то, что каждое наше движение имеет большое значение для публики.
So we have to learn how to avoid everything that is not necessary.
Мы должны научиться избегать всего, что не имеет значения.
And that's why it's a basis for me also before to work with them.
Да, поэтому это базовая основа.
So I do now an exercise, very simple, the classic exercise. There is an elbow. In front of this there is a seat in front, and we are in a пристань.
Harbor.
Yeah.
То есть, ну да, у нас есть пристань, у нас есть море.
In front of us there is a big boat.
И большой корабль, большая лодка.
Full of people.
И там полно людей на этом корабле.
And in the middle of all these people, there is one person that we know.
И среди них есть кто-то один, кого мы знаем.
And I come here to find this person and to say goodbye. Because this person is going away and I will never see this person anymore. Then the boat leave, goodbye, and they come back. That's all, okay?
Все упражнение. То есть вы поняли, да, что корабль?
Да.
Who wants to come? Who wants to do it?
This is
Without glasses, huh? Okay. This is male and this is female. Yeah. Try to see. Then we say, if he's too short, we can open a little bit. You can open try to put on the face. No, that's okay. Yeah. The story is this. I am in harbor. I search the person. I see the person, I say goodbye, and I go away. That's all. You have not to invent something. Just that. Please. Спасибо.
Лёха красавчик.
Is the first time you work with mask?
Первый раз с маской работаете?
Нет.
Wow. So, just a question to the audience. Did he see? Come. Did he see the person or not?
Увидел он человека на корабле? Он увидел этого человека на корабле, как вы считаете?
Yeah.
Что не очень уверен. Он же искал человека, да, даже среди многих людей, открывающих.
Хорошо.
Лёха.
Вначале искал с одним настроением, а вот в конце мне вот эта одна его поза, может, ребята тоже заметили, он встал вот так чуть-чуть бочком, и она как будто такая враждебная показалась. Вначале он как будто искал, так бережно, а в конце, когда он повернулся, вот так, я такой, как будто он так до конца проводил. А? Да, нет.
What I would say that there is a mood change, that for the first time when he was just playing and looking, he was like looking very carefully, and then it was kind of a little bit aggressive.
Fantastic. You are a wonderful audience. I mean, you are a terrible audience because now you will be all the time in the theater looking for a performance, and you will see the performance and you will find all the mistakes. So wonderful.
С одной стороны, прекрасно, с другой стороны, вы ужасная аудитория, потому что теперь вы будете смотреть спектакль и видите все недочеты.
Now the problem is that you will be a terrible audience, but you will be a wonderful actors and actresses, so it's okay.
То есть вы, с одной стороны, вы ужасные зрители, с другой стороны, хорошие артисты.
So what happened? Did Lyocha did he see the person or not?
Нашел он человека на корабле, он его увидел?
Yes.
Yeah?
Нет, наверное, потому что реакции не было.
Daniel thinks that no.
No. Why no? I agree, but why no?
Потому что не было реакции, как, допустим, вот он, я не понял, что он увидел, то есть он как бы раз, и это как бы позиция не изменилась. То есть если бы он увидел и такой, если он сделал так, я бы понял, что он увидел.
Мистер Гугл.
Yeah. There was no point. Stop point. You play with puppets.
Yeah.
Yes.
So imagine that you are a puppet.
Yeah.
And we play puppet Petrushka.
Aha.
Puppet type.
Aha.
Is Petrushka.
Yeah. Wonderful. Later, when we leave, I will show you something wonderful of a wonderful puppeteer and with wonderful lectures with puppets. But imagine, you know, you do puppets too?
No.
Do you know an art of puppets is bunraku?
Bunraku, yes. Да,
То, что я говорила.
The bunraku is a wonderful art. It's very interesting. It's a fantastic art. The fact is that, for them, because maybe they don't know, there are 3 persons with a puppet. The puppet is big. You know? And the master is uncovered. The others are covered. So the master takes only the head, it can move also the head, and the left hand. Another one takes only the feet, and another one the right hand and behind, taking the hand. It's very heavy. So what is interesting, I saw a lot of performances of bunraku in a very short space. Very short. With 9 puppets. It means that there were 27 persons in a space like this. No more than this. 27 persons, imagine. Big time. And of course you see the master, because there is it's uncovered. Okay?
Yeah.
But it's not. Our work is the same behind the mask. We are puppets, if you want. We have to imagine to be puppets. And so we are puppets. So we are moving, we are knowing everything what we are doing all the time. Stop, because I saw. I see, and I say goodbye. But it's true, it's not superficial. It was not superficial. It was feeling.
Superficial, это, какое русское слово для superficial?
Я тоже пытаюсь лихорадочно подобрать.
Сверхъестественный.
Supernatural.
Нет.
Выражает чувство.
Can you define superficial?
Not true.
Неправда. Неправдоподобный.
It was true. But what we need with the mask is to be true, but we have to be true to show them something. Because if I'm true, I'm really true. But I'm true for myself and for the camera. I have to be true for 1,000 persons.
Ну, как у Станиславского, правдоподобие действия, правдоподобие поведения, прочее.
Stanislavski is very similar. It's not far away. So, please. Elena. Elena?
Ленка.
Helen.
Ленка.
Lenka.
Ленка.
Thank you. Spasiba. Aha. Thank you. Now she saw. What? What did you say?
Она видела, да? He wants to try.
What did you say?
He wants to try.
You want to try? No, I don't understand.
He wants to try.
I want to come. Yeah, come.
А можно вопрос? Я вам скажу. задача в том, чтобы сама персона увидела ли. И есть в этом задача какая-то? Нет, помимо.
The person on the ship sees you.
The person on the ship is there.
Isn't it a goal that you wave and the person on the ship sees you? Do you have...
Yeah, she sees me. Yeah.
Да, он должен вас заметить.
Вот, мне кажется, что вышло так, как будто бы та персона вас сейчас не заметила, как будто бы она прощалась, но ее не видно.
It seemed to her that Lena saw the person on the ship, but the passenger from the ship didn't see Lena.
Well, maybe she was seeing someone and Ilyosha is going away with Natasha. Maybe, I don't know. You know how many things we see anyway. So before just Daniel, just a moment. No, just to say, what is important now? You see, I said, well, you were the first, so okay. So you see that we have to find sentences, clear sentences.
Мы должны найти вот эти четкие высказывания.
Not complicated.
Да, не что-то сложное.
I turn and I say, I don't say, I can't say, but I turn and I breathe. And in this time is I am.
То есть даже если я
That's all.
Да, если я просто стою, моя фраза это вот он я.
If I don't say this, I don't present myself to the audience.
Если я не проговариваю внутри себя, я себя не представляю аудитории.
And if I turn and I do,
А если я сделаю вот так, повернулся, сделаю вот так.
I say all my story and it's not necessary.
Да, собственно, я рассказала всю свою историю.
Then I see, I search, I see, I say good morning, goodbye, goodbye. So clear sentences, you know, not complicated. That's the main secret with the mask, and with the puppets is the same. Please, Daniel. Spasiba. Very, very interesting because we have other important things that are important also for comedy. Now Daniel enter with, did you see the person?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Spasiba. He entered with another rhythm, vital rhythm.
Мы входим с одним ритмом, да, на это жизненным ритмом нашим.
Okay? Then he saw the person, he saw that he was searching, he saw the person, and the vital rhythm completely changed.
Когда он увидел человека, его жизненный ритм поменялся.
He was another person.
Он стал другим человеком.
A real one. If I see someone, what is it? What? It's funny. And it's funny because it's not cohesive, it's not coherent. Cohesive, stay well together.
Да, они на самом деле, они не рифмуются.
If someone like Kirill, look to Kirill.
Посмотрите на него.
Big one. Strong. If they have a voice like this, it's not crazy. It's not coherent. So what we have to find, even if we have a neutral mask, is to find this coherence, to be coherent.
То есть мы должны что-то, что сочетается, делать, что нам подходит.
And now, that's why we enter in the mask of Comedii. And I will show you now some monologues of these masks, with these masks. But I will show you first with explaining you which is each character, and I will show you the same monologue with two different masks, absolutely the same, in order to understand. I don't know the time, but
It's 20 to 8. 7:40.
7:40. Okay.
Сейчас нам будут
If you have not something to do, we can continue. Okay?
Если у вас какие-то планы, вы можете уже.
Okay. So, this is for the bank. And this is for the theater. So, I cover the hair in order to be neutral, completely. So, the mask I will show you now is Zanni. Zanni is the first mask of Comedii. I mean, the first character that we know. Zanni is a servant, and his name comes from Giovanni. In all Europe, the name Gianni or Giovanni it was in the Middle Age considered as the name for a stupid person. That's why. I don't know in Russian you have a Gianni too.
Вася.
Ivan is a name of Vanya. So, Zanni was a real character. It was not something derived from the imagination of someone. This Zanni, the idea is that during the beginning of the 16th century, just at the beginning, there was a war between Venice and Milan. And a lot of people of that part between the two towns, just nearby Milano, they were part of the Republic of Venice, and a lot of them came from the valleys on the mountains because they were without anything to eat. So they escaped from there. They were people, immigrants. They were immigrants. And they went to Venice because Venice was the capital, was the most important town and very rich town. So they went there to work. This is true. So when they arrived in Venice, the people of Venice began to take fun of them. And these people, at first, they did a lot of works, try to do work in the harbor, or try to work and then they began to be servants. So they began, the Zanni, coming from Bergamo, the town in this valley, began to be servants. They became servants in Venice, and the people of Venice take fun of them. So now the story I will tell you is the real story, of course theatrically, of Zanni coming down from Bergamo. It says in the time when the donkey they go in love. It's in October, more or less. And because they had nothing to eat, so he had to escape. And went to Venice, the richest town at the time. And he passed all the towns to go in Venice, but in Venice there was no bridge at the time. Now there was a bridge to go in Venice. It was an island. So he had no money to pay the boat, and he had to
row.
Row, thank you. But he goes into the water. And all the people have fun. Then he arrives in Venice and you see this wonderful town. You're thinking he's floating on the floor, on the water. Then you see the market Then you see two terrible, strange persons against the bell. It's a statue, but he thinks they are true. You see, he saw a lot of monuments, and then at the end you see a lot of boats, and he says, if I can stay in Venice all my life without work, I will stay here all the time. I tell you because it's in Venice, Venetian of ancient times, so also for me it was quite difficult at the beginning. I do with this mask, okay? This is a big nose, and I have to put in value this nose and these eyes. Zanni is a strong man, coming from the mountains. So. Perché anche il tribunale stiamo al contento. Proprio dormisci che piace, che fai l'amore. Che sai, nell'opinione un certo amore deve mi partecipare là. Perché sono 26 chilometri per il mondo, città maggiore che si ribella di Milano, non te benissimo, Riccador e Arzente, persona sa vedere. Brescia e Verona, fa licenza e Padova, e poi il Portello, là dove si imbarca spazio di persona. E lì che aveva Malfo e Borsell per pagare a tutti de bene un bene. E Gesù, e Gesù, e Gesù, e Gesù, e Gesù, e Gesù, a fermare la disgrazia, ora qui al bus, perché non mi sento usa che quando stassi sulla sponda e se poi non è tieni. Спасибо. И моя секунда, и себе seconda, и sbrigliassava i passeggeri dal canale, poi si impropria dietro a fiori, al sangue delle fiori, che fu successo. A Venezia. Bella. Che con la vigna persi la favela. A vedere questa cosa e quella casa in denaro e da un palazzo sempre vanno sui massicci fondamenti. Confusamente arriva a desuntarsi sulla via, poi da lontano sulla pescaria che per fede via arrivate per me stesso che da tanto bisogno di pesca, ma per finire il processo a passi a rialto il ponte e vuole strada che San Marco per finire a San Marco si mette la fiata del tetto e qua, e di là, con la strada, poteri si forniti di maniera per farmi sempre ormai sulla fiera, poi per sera vedrà un torasso, là, che non sul dove non si metti qua, a una campana e stava rente, tutte dopo l'urata in mano, ston, sugli stampellava da un lato, poi vedi la iglesia di San Marco, in orpelata, con 4 bei cavalli sopra l'entrata, poi del pensiero di un campanile lunga e formato, principalissima con un soldolato e da basso si vede una rosetta fatta con misura e coi figuri che guardano la natura. Poi guarda il pensiero di un amico che porta sulla riva del Salone, a vedere calie, navi, calioni, grispi, stricasi, mercanti, purchei, peotti con marchei, carichi, prigionieri, che voglio vedi simpatici manieri, e le furono, sono però che me ne speri, perché sono poverò, senza denari che se ne avesse, a fare un bene mestiere dell'osso del fumazzere, a riempire il bene la mercata, e poi andare a spasso e prendere la sorpresa, che se potessi vivere, senza lavorare, a morire, a Venezia. Sempre star. Nuveni, pena bianca. Now, just to understand, I do the same with this mask. So, just to understand that the commedia is not all the time the same, and we have to go towards the mask, and we have to metamorphose our body towards the mask. So I can't move in the same way with this mask in the same object. Otherwise, it's not cohesive.
То есть мы понимаем, да, что сейчас будет тот же самый монолог, который был с той маской, но теперь маска уже будет другая, чтобы мы поняли, что комедия Дель Арте многое зависит от маски, и мы, как актеры, идем навстречу этой маске, мы преображаемся для того, чтобы наше поведение, наше язык тела подходило к этой маске.
If you have two puppets, you can't have the same bodies. They can't move in the same way. They have another vital rhythm.
Это как с куклами, да? У них же другой жизненный ритм у этих кукол, и вы тоже меняетесь.
So this mask is considered, Sartori considers this mask as a zanni. For me it's an old Arlecchino, but anyway, I work it as a zanni, okay? But it's different, totally different. I will do the same for Arte.
Stiamo al contento, troppo indugni, che nasen, cavai na bor, casaco, de un'opinione, di un certo umor, de perché mi parti subito. Perché so che insiste molta gente che non è in tutto il mondo si dà che sia più bella ed è più gran valore quanto è Venezia, Riccardo e Anselmo, persona sa vedere, Brescia. E Verona, Vicenza e Padova, e qua il portello. E dove si imbarca qua sono in persona e mica abbiamo altro lì. E non sempre parlare a tutti degli inglesi. E in Jos, e in Sus, e in Jos, e in Sus, e in Jos, e in Sus. È normale adesso siamo un pieno di bus, perché non cassa il bus a me con lo stassi sulla sponda e se quello mi tiene spasivo e poi a seconda e se vengo un sangue volta e si rilasciava i passeggeri e i barcaroi con se mi proprio mi avanti da fuori al sangue delle fiori che puso un gessimo alla cosmisia bella che con la veglia persi la favela aveva questa e quella casa in dell'acqua e campana lo senti ormai non si smarsi si fondamenti ma confurente arriva oppa adesso buttarsi sulla via poi da lontano come se una pescaria e per la fede mia diventa rimasta per me stesso aveva tanti scambi soldi e pesò.
Okay, let's stop here. But you know, it's not the same.
Чувствуете, да, что это другое?
Yeah.
So, what we need, well, I wanted only to show you the idea that, for example, if we have two different masks of pantalone, here we have two different masks of the dottore, they can't move in the same way. So it's not a way to move.
То есть, если у нас есть даже маска одного и того же персонажа, это разные маски, мы тоже должны быть по-разному двигаться.
If you have a puppet with some characteristic of the body, you have to work with this characteristic of the body.
Если у вас есть кукла, у которой есть какие-то характеристики тела, вы работаете с этими характеристиками.
And if you are working as actress with your body, yeah,
Если работают со своим собственным телом,
it depends on where is your body, and it'll change. Today I was looking in the street, there was a woman walking, and I can see everything with her. All her life is only in this.
Я увидел сегодня женщину на улице, она вот ходила таким образом, я только вот по ее походке я понял про нее всю ее жизнь.
All the problems she has,
Все проблемы,
all the stories she has,
все истории жизни.
only with the tension in the body. You know?
Только для того, чтобы у него тут зажить.
So, for example, now I will show you the other mask, the pantalone. Pantalone is the owner, the master of Zanni, if you want. Who is Pantalone? Pantalone, his name comes from pianta leone, to plant the lion. It's not pantalone. The Venetian, the symbol of the Venetian is, of Venice is the lion of Saint Mark. Saint Mark.
То есть, смотрите, символ Венеции это лев, да, а лев это символ евангелиста Марка.
And so when they arrive somewhere, for example in Cyprus, they put the lion of Saint Mark and they say, this is Venetian.
И когда они приезжают в другое место, да, они ставят туда, подружают этот знак лев Святого Марка и говорят, что это теперь принадлежит Венеции.
They were colonizers.
Они колонизаторы.
So if you want, Pantalone is a typical name of Venice. It exists only in Venice. Pantalone.
Панталон, да, это имя есть только Венеция.
And he's not a normal Venetian. He's a merchant with a lot of money, and he's Jewish.
И это не просто, да, не типичный венецианец, это, во-первых, купец, это богач, в-третьих, он еврей.
In Venice, there are, because also now, 5 synagogues.
У нас 5 синагог.
And the word ghetto, you know the word ghetto,
Yeah.
come from Venice. Because the word, the area of the ghetto is, there are 2 ways, I mean, there are two possibilities. The first is that ghetto, because the people of the Jewish who lived there, they were Ashkenazi. Ashkenazi, no? So they talk Yiddish.
Люди, которые жили в синагоге, да, евреи, они говорили на идише.
And they were not able to say Jew.
И они не могли говорить, произнести это слово «джи».
And in that part, the only part of Venice was built by throwing stones. That's why in Italian, throw is gettare. Gettare. That's why gettare, they were not able to say G, and they say G.
Да, и кидать камни, да, по-итальянски кидать это джитара, они не могли произносить этот звук, и вот поэтому пришло это название.
So the word ghetto means the area of the Jewish. And it was, at the beginning, it was a small area, and now it's small too. But anyway, we have 5 synagogues there, it's very important. And so the Venetian took fun of these people, of the rich merchants of Venice. The merchant of Venice of Shakespeare is him.
Да, и венецианцы над ним насмехались, над этими купцами, да, и вот он, собственно, венецианский купец, это вот Панталон.
So Pantalone is an old man, rich, he loves the girls. Maybe he takes some pills today, but anyway, he's this kind of person. You know Berlusconi? Have you never heard about Berlusconi? Now he's dead.
Берлускони, кто такой Берлускони?
He's typical, isn't he? He was, he's dead. Anyway, this person is very rich, and he is very, he don't want to spend money. He is greedy. So imagine the couple, the comical couple, so you can begin to imagine how these characters coexist. This wants to eat without work, and this wants that he works without it. It's typical.
Представили, да, себе такую пару, что один скупой на бананы, да, и хочет, чтобы...
I take the paper now.
Чтобы хочет работать так, чтобы зарабатывать, а не работать.
So imagine this is a poem.
Так, кстати, стихотворение.
So I use now this mask. I can use this too. This is older, you know? So it changed completely if I have to work with one or with the other. I work with this one.
Dolore, sapore, amore. Adesso sì, una bella cosa, di essere innamorato di una bella donna, ma signore come sempre Sascalini, che mi sempre avuto un'altra disposizione all'amore. Ho visto giusto ieri al balcone una giovane molto bella che se potessi avere le sue grazie per 2 ore, gli pagaria volentieri un bel presente. Amore, dolore, sapore. L'amore è una malattia contagiosa. Anche a me l'ho chiappata per disgrazia quando c'era giovinetto. Adesso che sono vecchio è cambiata la maniera ma non la natura. Adesso mi conto, dei 10 ai 18 anni facevo come i piccioni. Guarda, un colpettino di becco da una parte, tic, un colpettino di becco dall'altra, tic, e ogni tanto un colpettone di becco. Dai 18 ai 24 faceva come i gatti. A 24 anni ho ciappamugera e allora faceva come i cavalli del posto. Una cavalcatina di 1 ora e una ponsadina di un giorno. E adesso che sono vecchio faccio come i cani. Nasalina e tiro le uomo. Se non ti piace la parola dolore, mia amica, dolore no, l'amore sì, anche il dolore no. Ok.
You understand what that was telling the story, his story. So during his life, how he was doing for the love. When he was young, then he got married, and then now he's old, so he only can feel the flavor of the girls, nothing more. So take care, girls, because it's very interesting. So, if you want, we have just now a couple of a servant, Zanni, and the master, Pantalone. Then what happened is that they invented other masters. Another master is the dottore. Oh. So it's very strange with this mask because you have to work also with the upper parts of the face. This is much more T, taller, with another voice. Much stronger, you know? But it's the same character. So I don't show now the same twice the monologue, but the dottore is coming from Bologna. So if one coming from Venice, the Pantalone, he comes from Bologna. Why dottore? Because it is the oldest university in the world. So he's doctorate in everything, in philosophy, in botany, in everything, but he's not able to say anything at all. So it's all a river of words all the time. And he can say something very strange, like for example, one man who is walking is not dead. But you understand?
Почему это доктор, да, мы поняли, потому что он из Болонии, был самый старый университет, но он не тот доктор, который врач, а который ученый, да, и он доктор всех наук, и он говорит очень много, у него поток слов, но он не говорит фактически по смыслу ничего, и он может сказать какие-то очень странные вещи, там, выдавать, что, например, если человек идет, то значит он не умер.
So sentences absolutely crazy. But he's speaking all the time. And he's moving all the time, tying, linking an idea to another. So for example, now it says he is falling down. And if he falls down, he had to call the doctor, that's me. The doctor had to do the recipe for the drugs. The drugs from the East, like the wind, as said Aristoteles. Aristoteles was the master of Alexander the Great. The Great was the chief of the world. The world is taken by Atlas. And so and so and so and so. At the end, he's only telling us that he's coming here to tell us good morning. That's all. So I do it in Italian, but this is the story he's telling. Try to follow by the gesture to remember that we are playing for the people that will never understand us. It's an exploitation theater.
Scappata przekaskałem. Ci puszczałem sobie myśl il letto inizia al med, sul il med che mi ordina la mattina viene delle droghe, dove viene anche il vento. Secondo Aristotele. Aristotele era il maestro di Alessandro Magno. Alessandro Magno era il padrone del mondo lo sosteneva Atlante, che per sostenere il mondo doveva avere una gran forza, e lui per piacere. La forza tira le colonne fa i palazzi fa il muradur che segna gli architetti fa il genio è uno dei 7 arti, come 7 erano i saggi della Grecia antica che studiavano l'eloquenza. La dea dell'eloquenza è Minerva che poi è anche la sorella di Diana è la dea della caccia. Nella caccia si spara con i fucili e i fucili si usano nella guerra ci sono anche le bombe. Pum! Le bombe sono fatte di fuoco. Il fuoco è uno dei 4 elementi con aria, acqua e terra. La terra è la gelore. E per lavorare la terra ci vogliono i buoi scopa, clacano, si mangia la carne e con la pelle si fanno le scarpe si mettono nei piedi e i piedi servono per camminando a solo scapizzare. E tutto questo solo per dargli il buongiorno. So, the fact is that this character is talking all the time. Is fantastic for a company because when he's on the stage, the others can take a rest out of the stage. So it's fantastic. If you read The Servant of Two Masters, in the second act, there is a wonderful dialogue between Pantalone and the Dottore. And Pantalone wants to say something, and the Dottore don't leave him to say something. That's only to say that, of course, we have contrast between a master and a servant. But we can also have contrast between two masters, or contrast between two servants, for example. So what is interesting in Commedia is that we recognize soon the characters. Each character is like an instrument, if you want, and how we see them and we say, how they will solve the situation. You know Stan Laurel, Oliver Hardy? Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. No? There were two actors in the beginning of the century, last century. American actors. Stan Laurel was English, anyway. You have seen them, yes. Sure. The Fat and the Thin. Yeah?
Один из них был такой крупный, а другой был более.
You have seen them. Sure. Anyway, they are in all kinds of situations. You can find them in all kinds of situations. And you know each time that one is the more stupid and the other is more or less stupid. But one is the more stupid. And so in each time you see them, you know them. And you say how they will solve the problem. So this is the base of the comic, if you want, and the base of the commedia too. We know every character after once. We have seen them. So how they will solve the situation, that's why the dramaturgy of commedia is very easy, if you want. First we have to present them, and then we have to progress in the story.
коротенечко, да, значит, когда на примере вот этих двух персонажей, да, которые там один актер более крупный, второй такой похудее, и один из них по характеру был совсем глупый, а второй был не совсем глупый. И они попадали в различные ситуации, да, и мы понимали, что это за персонажи, нам всегда было интересно, как они из этой ситуации выйдут. И, собственно, это и лежит в основе комедийной драматургии, потому что мы, в принципе, персонажа узнаем, и нам всегда интересно только то, как они будут взаимодействовать, да, и как они найдут выход из той ситуации, в которую они попали. Мы знаем, мы понимаем характер.
So, we have seen Dottore, Pantalone, they are masters, and we see another master is the captain, the capitano. So, if you want, here we have the power of the money, Pantalone, the power of the words, Dottore, the power of the muscles, Zanni, and here we have the power of the army. And it's fantastic because we have a lot of armies in Italy at the time, and a lot of soldiers, mercenary, coming in Italy and doing battles. Coming from Germany, from Switzerland, from France, from Spain, and Italy was full of different armies there. And so they began to take fun of these characters. That's why normally the capitano is German, French, Spanish, but never Italian.
С того, что над этими иностранцами насмехались, да, капитан всегда какой-то другой национальности, не является.
You can find strange names, Matamoros, Coccodrillo, and so, strange names. So in this case, for example, this mask is very strong. This mask is very stupid. But they are the two, but they are absolutely two different characters. And this is very aristocratic in a way, but it's also a captain. So if I have to work, for example, maybe I have a play where I need much more this character more than this, or anyway, my captain is much more in this way. So the captain of Daniel, no, you're Pantalone. The captain is Alexei. Jocha, captain of Jocha is this. So tomorrow Jocha will go to another company and another Pantalone captain arrived with this mask. So all our performance will change. So the Capitano is the power of the army, and he says that he killed thousands of persons, and it's not true at all. Nothing is true. What is that? Okay, he says that, in this case now, what I show you, he says that when he moves, he can take away the sun and the moon. And all the women are pregnant, only looking to him. And he says at the end that this is a son of Venus, is son of Mercurius, is son of all the big gods of the Olymp.
То есть это тот персонаж, который очень много о себе рассказывает, но, в общем, ни слова правды он не говорит. Рассказывает, что он убил уже тысячи людей, что в него влюблены все женщины, и они на сносях только просто завидят его, и что он там сын Венеры и Меркурия, и всех подинков и стилет.
Audience. Muy bien. Para este público maravilloso, paso doble. Venga. Muy bien, Bucéfalo. Para este público maravilloso, paso triple. Paso cuádruple. ¿No saben quién soy? Yo soy el más grande, el más fuerte capitán
abrazo de todo el mundo. Siento mi cuerpo una fortaleza. Mi cabeza un castillo. Mis brazos cañones. ¡Pum! 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 En mi valor temblor de todo el mundo. Cuando prendo mi espada. Cuando tomo mi espada. Cuando tomo otra espada, todo el mundo se calla. El sol se va de un lado, la luna se va de otro, los hombres temblan y las mujeres quedan embarazadas. Cuando yo nací, Venus entró en mi rostro, Mercurio en mis piernas, Cupido en mi corazón, el Vulcano, no. Bucéfalo, figura de mierda. ¡Dale estado el bucéfalo de loco! ¡Imbécil! Something that is very strange, how the comedian can write to touch the audience, really touch the audience. An anecdote, a story, real story, happened to me. And I was in Chile. You know Chile? And Pinochet, the dictator Pinochet, was still alive. They have just passed to the democracy, but he was still alive. And I went to play in Santiago, in Chile, and then in the south of Chile. And I didn't know that the other town was a town with a lot of people killed by Pinochet. And I played the performance with this number. And at the beginning, the audience was, you know that Pinochet was military. And at the beginning, the audience was absolutely silent. Then they began to laugh. But it was a very nervous laugh. And they laughed more and more and more. And it was very strong. It was a wall of people, 1,000 people in front of me in the theater. I was alone in front of 1,000 people. And they were laughing with this nervous laugh. So I began to improvise, but I couldn't because I had to continue the performance later. So in a moment I had to stop this number and go away. And after the performance, a lot of people came in the dressing room and said to me, it was in 1999. Pinochet was there from 1973. These people told me that it was the first time after 26 years that they were laughing of the military people.
И после того, как он закончил свой номер, то есть он уже не может надо как-то импровизировать, как все это надо дело заканчивать, и после представления к нему приходили очень много людей, это был 99-й год, а Pinochet был с ними с 73-м. И они сказали, что это был первый раз на 26 лет, когда они смеялись на военную тему.
So just to tell you how our work can be powerful.
Видите, насколько влиятельна наша профессия.
I didn't want to create this kind of evidence.
Он не хотел делать такого рода намеки, похожих на эту ситуацию.
I didn't know that in this town, a lot of people were killed by Pinochet. I didn't know it. But I felt that something was happening.
То есть он же не знал этой истории, да, но он почувствовал, что глазами что-то происходит.
So our work can be very, very important. In this case, it was very important. And you are new professionals, next professional. It's important that you know that your work can be very strong.
То есть вы должны осознавать, профессионал, будущий профессионал, насколько сильно влиятельной может быть ваша профессия.
So, I would like only to finish with, I don't know which time is it, but I'd like to show you 2020. I show you only 2 last masks, and then we'll do an exercise together, just to finish, okay? So, the mask, someone of you told about Pulcinella before. Okay, Pulcinella? We have 2 Pulcinella. And of course this is much so I choose this one for now. And Pulcinella is a scatologic character. Scatologic means that he's talking all the time of shit.
То есть он постоянно говорит про что-нибудь связанное с говном.
So this is, and he's very lazy. If an enemy arrives, it can be very quick.
Конечно, когда если враг приходит, он может пошевелиться очень быстро.
But if someone says him to work, say, tomorrow, maybe. Do you want to do it for me? I will not do it. Okay. So now what happens is that he is explaining how with only one sword, one cut of his sword, you know the sword?
Меч. Это меч.
He can cut the head, the hands and the legs of an enemy.
То есть он рассказывает, как одним ударом меча он может разрубить человека и отсечь ему голову и ноги и руки.
Okay? His master is, of course, the captain. So imagine this, you have just seen him. Imagine the car, not balanced at all. So imagine also the sound. There are two different instruments.
Do you want to know what I did with one sword? I cut the head, the hands, and the legs of an enemy. Do you want to know how to do? Tell me yes, please. Yes, spasibo. So, mettetevi in positura di andare a fare cacca, alla campagna, così. E adesso arrivo io e taglio lo cavo, e il colpo continua, lo cavo e le mani, e taglio pure le gambe, e lo nemico muore cacando. Avvocatevi per questo colpo, mettetelo per in testa perché bisogna palesare l'occasione, e quando uno sta in una certa positura a tutto pensa, e cerca per essere acchiso, e non può manco fare difesa perché si trova imbrogliato nei pantaloni. Adesso lo vorrei insegnare al capitano, volete che vi insegni lo colpo? Volete un colpo soraggio, ragazzi, in un colpo solo, la testa, le mani e le gambe, capitano.
So, the last one, Arlecchino. Arlecchino is with he wants to eat. He has nothing to eat. So, and each actor who does Arlecchino has his own lazzo. This is a lazzo, You remember?
Yeah.
And it's a lazzo that each Arlecchino does in his way. So you can find Arlecchino and the fly, that's all. How? Each Arlecchino is his way, as his way.
Да, что у каждого актера свой способ показывать плацу.
A destra, a sinistra, a tutto dire di sotto non controlli da c'ho una fame tanto grande che mi manda via tanta polenta a scovare il vestito. Ma mi manca un elefante. Guardate, però aperto, gnacchi, 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 gnacchi. E dentro gli metto una vacca. I corni. Stacca dentro. Aperta anche i gnacchi, 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 gnacchi. E dentro che mettiamo una tachina. Ora che brutta che è. Gnacchi, 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 gnacchi. E dentro un pollo. Gnacchi, gnacchi, gnacchi. E dentro una quadra piccola, Oh, una patata, una carota e poi sale, pepe, sero tutto sul fuoco grande. Don't move, because she goes away. Don't move, please. Shh. Don't move. Okay, change the situation. change the strategy. Oh, what's your name? Fly. E me Arlecchino. Oh, no, tranquillo. The eyes. The intestino. No, shut up! Que mañana! Now, to finish, is we have also characters within the Brigella, for example. Brigella is another servant, is the first Zanni. We call first Zanni and second Zanni. Arlecchino, all the characters finishing by Ino are second Zanni. Arlecchino, Truffaldino, Scapino. So it is more stupid, if you want. More than stupid is it lives day by day. This one, Brigella, is a first Zanni. So if you want, this is the idea of Zanni, the servant. First servant and second servant, lady. Brigella is the character who takes some money in a pot. He's a petit bourgeois. You know what I mean? So, he has an idea of future. And there is a big contrast between the two, because he doesn't understand how he lives day by day.
Да, он просто живет одним днем, он просто выживает изо дня в день. Бригелла не понимает, как может выживать таким образом изо дня в день.
And for him, he doesn't understand how we have to work all the day like stupid people, he thinks. So, these two are servants, but can be in contrast. In the servant of the master, you can find this contrast in the scene of the meal, for example.
То есть это одинаковые герои, да, между ними есть контраст, и в близнецах есть такой контраст.
So we have this kind of characters with masks, and then we have characters without masks. So all the women are without mask. Why? Because the women were there also to be seen.
У женских персонажей масок не было, потому что нужно было, чтобы женщин было видно.
So they did poetry, eye level, and at the same time they went there to be seen by the audience.
То есть они шли для того, чтобы, конечно, также были люди высокого класса, да, и они шли для того, чтобы их увидели.
And the other character without mask is the lover, male.
И влюбленные тоже были без масок.
So we have the servant girl, Smeraldina, all the name Ina, Colombina, Smeraldina, so. We have all the lovers, female, Lavinia, Flaminia, so, and male, Lelio, Florindo, and so. And then sometimes we find Signora Lucia, Signora Beatrice. When you have Signora, it's the tragedian. So imagine that these three levels, grotesque, and Smeraldina is a part of this world of grotesque. The melodramatic world of the lovers and the tragedian world are together in the same play. So it's not only this. And the lovers work in a melodramatic way. They are in another world. Here, this is the world of the floor. Melodramatic and the world of the tragedy. So imagine also that with the low level, the gesture is most important. In the second is the words and the gesture. And for the tragedian, it's only the words. The gesture is not important at all. So it's also a way to play. Imagine that all these characters are in a performance. And they sing also. They play music. And they do acrobatics. They do fencing. So everything that is possible for an actor is done. If you are able to play an instrument, you play an instrument?
Yes.
Wonderful. So if we are a company, and with 8 persons it will be a wonderful company, we will use your capacity of playing instrument, for example.
Если бы вы были труппой, а 8 человек отличная труппа, можно еще и ваши способности на музыкальных инструментах играть задействовать.
So now, with three persons,
Трое.
please. Oh, yeah, all right. And we do a secret now, a real secret. Come.
Давайте сейчас у вас секрет.
So maybe because you passed, then you want to pass? What? So 3, and you? You another time. Okay. So
Me?
yeah?
Daisy, Daisy. No!
Dasha.
Настя.
Настя.
Yeah.
Dima. Dasha. Настя. So the first is Dima. The first is Dasha. The second is Nastya, and the third is Dima. Okay. So now you do the same action. The same I do. Okay.
Вы делаете то же самое, что делала.
Come in. Come. The action is exactly the same thing. So I do first, and then you will do the same. Okay? So I run. I see in one side. I see in the other side. I stop and I breathe. Okay? Everything.
То есть он пробежал, посмотрел в одну сторону, потом посмотрел в другую, развернулся.
Okay?
Да.
So, then I come here. There is a corridor. There is a door.
А здесь дверь.
I try to open.
Пытаюсь открыть.
It's closed. Again. Okay? I do it again. So, tak. Corridor. Tak. The door. Doom. Then I open the window. There's a window. I open the window. I pass in the other side. I run and I put the hands on the legs and then slowly go down until here. Okay? I do it. Okay?
Вот это что это значит?
Это
So.
он просто присел.
Это просто присели, ага.
So. Door. Boom. Whoa. Open. In the other side. Boom. Run. Okay? Please. Dima. Yeah, one by one. Don't worry, wait. That's it. The door. Close. The window. Okay, do this. Slowly, slowly. Okay, well. So, Dasha. No, Daisy, Dasha. So, Nastya, go.
Нет, окей.
Жизнь, пожалуйста.
Спасибо. Дима. Be careful, you open the tuck. Okay. So now you go outside for a moment. I have to talk with them. You have not to be about.
Вам надо выйти за дверь.
No, no,
Да, вы не
outside.
слышали, чего он будет обсуждать. Выйдите за дверь.
Close the door.
И не подходите.
Who will call you?
Сказали, давай.
So they did the same action. The action was the same.
Они делают то же самое действие,
But they are working in 3 different situations.
но они работают в разных ситуациях.
The first is Dima. No, Dima.
Dasha.
Dasha. And she is a killer. She killed a person in the bar. So she's escaping. And the police is coming on one side, the police is coming on the other side. She finds the corridor, the door is closed. So she finds the window, she go outside and the police is in front. She's terrible. The second is
Nastya.
Nastya.
Настя.
She is drunk. And she comes from the bar. And her husband is running behind her. And she says, in this side I see my husband. In this side I see my husband. When I... And then she finds the door is closed. The window is open. She goes outside of the window and she finds her mother-in-law.
А там свекровь.
Terrible. Dima wants to find the toilet. She's going there. No toilet. No toilet. Oh. Then the toilet, but it's occupied. Terrible. You know the situation. You lived the situation. And now I find the window. And it's we have to see now. In the other side of the window, it's in the field. Okay? So you know, they don't know. Okay? I want to go there. So, Dasha, Nastya, Dima. Okay? Please. The same. No. You remember? Please. Say. Спасибо. Where do you come from? The town?
Волгоград.
Volgograd. You have a strange window in Volgograd. Moving. Okay, please. But three different situations. You kill the person. You are escaping. And at the end you find the police in front of you. You are drunk.
Oh!
And your husband is dying. And you, oh, and at the end you find your mother-in-law. You demand to go to the toilet. It is occupied. Right here. Oh, yeah, please. And you find the window and you go in the field. So now you can choose one mask. Choose the mask you want. And we can work now on the third situation with the toilet, but with the same action. We have not to change the action. Okay?
So they choose the mask.
They choose the mask.
Да, вы выбираете одну маску и вы прорабатываете ту же самую третью ситуацию с туалетом, да, но уже с учетом маски.
We work on the third situation, toilet. You have not to change the geography.
Ничего нельзя больше менять.
You know the geography. I look, I breathe. Ta 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 ta. Ah ta 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 ta. Oh. Ah. Whoa. And then there's a big tragedy. This is a tragedy now. You want to see how you move in this moment, and then you finish it here. Okay? Choose the mask, please. Not this. This is not. Well, so, come. So, she chose the mask of Brigade. We didn't see Brigade. It's very interesting. Now, please, come here. Look to the others. So, show the mask to the others. You see this mask is... Come now, you do the one, and you do the scene. Okay? So, this is very interesting. Thank you so much. You see, also the rhythm, the vital rhythm is believable. So it's not false. It has to be true. And we believe to these strange people. This is our work. Put some things if you want. Some. Okay.
Так, идешь. Куда? И...
Ага.
Ну, пойдем.
not. So we have to find this kind of truth. Anyway, if you are a company now, maybe our company will know the name of our company, imagine the name of the company,
Как называется наша группа?
and we will have our style.
И у нас есть свой стиль.
With another group will be another style. The important is to be believable in what we are doing.
Вы должны быть, ну, как достоверно выглядеть, правдоподобно.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you.